events page. So with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and I'll pass it over to Yorgi.
Okay, thanks so much. And I'll be sharing my screen now. All right. Do you see anything? Okay.
Slow, well, that's actually still loading. Okay, there you go. I see it.
Amazing. Okay. Spreadsheet import. My name is Georgi and I'm the PM working on this feature. Super honored to be here. And this session will be extremely helpful for me when I listen to your feedback and your comments. But before I reach that point, a quick recap for everybody. Why this feature? Because there are 2 billion people using spreadsheets daily. Spreadsheets aren't going anywhere anytime soon. They've been around since the 70s, so we should be expecting them not to disappear. So, excuse me?
I think it was just some feedback. Sorry about that. I think you're good.
Okay, amazing. So everybody's using spreadsheets, even for situations where we shouldn't be using spreadsheets. Anecdotally, in New Zealand, they use a single spreadsheet to manage their whole healthcare system. This is billions of dollars, extremely risky, because it takes one person to break up the whole set of critical business operations. And we listened to your feedback because historically import was something that exists in Quickbase, but we knew that it comes in a stronger warning curve than we want it to be. And we saw a desire for moving faster inside the RITU, inside the RDB. And we decided that last year, we decided that it would be possible to start investigating, combining AI and some deterministic approach so that we have this instant app generation and your data needn't have to live in sparse spreadsheets everywhere. It can move into a consolidated place and stay there and be properly organized, clean up, managed, governed, and it should be reliable from the start. I really want to proceed with the demo, and then as we are waiting for the actual app generation, I can show you some best practices. But as you see here on the right, we have this new Quickbase AI that's in its early stages, but this is how Quickbase AI is going to be work soon. It was announced at Empower. I click on import spreadsheets, about files. And actually, before I upload my files, I'll be happy to show them to you. Do you see them like this? Esther, is it visible that I'm showing a spreadsheet?
I see create an app from spreadsheet and upload files, but I don't see a spreadsheet.
All right. What about now?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I do.
Cool. So let's dive into this real life hypothetical scenario of this, say, grid service company, and they have 3 spreadsheets, one for assets, one for inventory, one for service requests. Neither of those is a simple spreadsheet, like many columns, big tables, multiple tabs. It's data with calculations, with formulas, with IDs inside, with names. It's pretty much what I've seen in many of you who we have contacted during this early development stages. And now we recently introduced this new sub-feature to be able to upload up to 3 files. So I'll be able to select all of those and run them through the system. It generally takes about a minute up to 2. Some bigger conversions may take up to 10 minutes. But as we wait, I would like to tell you more about some best practices. So best practice number 1 is to generally trying to avoid complex headers. This is a real-time multi-layered header, which is sometimes may cause hiccups because we are using non-deterministic AI. So generally, if possible, when I'm personally importing, I try to do some small cleanups and I just try to leave the lowest level possible. And this way, the table looks neater and it's properly imported. Another set of best practices is to avoid spacer rows and columns. This also may cause some trouble, but as long as you either delete those, but sometimes I realize it can take forever in some very big files. But also we have tested that if you define the whole area, this is a feature inside Excel. If you define the whole, mark the table and define it as table, and you import it this way, the import will be successful. So these two are the number two reasons that where we see the people struggle with import. And these three are just like rule of thumbs that if a spreadsheet is password protected, it should be unlocked before imported. For now, we are not really supporting pivot tables, but if you import the raw data inside Quickbase, you should be good to go. And generally, the feature, it thinks into tables and rectangles. So the better your data is organized before the import, this improves the chance that it will look as you expect once you move it inside Quickbase. And let's see how our import's progressing. Okay, we have some time left. Some useful reminders that this implementation is generally taking care of the formulas that you have inside the Excel file, the spreadsheet. So if we have formulas inside the spreadsheet, they will be regenerated inside Quickbase automatically. Also, since this implementation is looking for repeatable values in the different tables, it's also able to create relationships. As you'll see just in a couple of seconds, you don't need to set up relationships yourself. I've even tested this with brand new users who have no idea what a relationship is. And it's very easy for them to understand the logic of RDB once they see how it's established than the other way out, to proactively try to build it themselves. And it's really useful when you're trying to onboard somebody inside an app. Generally, this feature comes with all the goodies of the regular Smart Builder. As you see in a minute, we'll have dashboards being established. We should have all of our data there. Yeah, okay. We have the tables, it's loading. And we have our widgets. As you can see, they are now filled with the data from the Excel files. So it's right off the bat. Like I didn't do anything to make this possible on my own. Like it's just working. Let's have a look at the table. I really want this to have the look and feel as close as possible to the data that you would have while looking inside the spreadsheet, so that you have no sense that it's something separate from the spreadsheet. Like I want to have this smooth transition experience, so to say. So you see that we've tried to have such type of experience. We have the tables with the data. And my favorite part, since I joined Quickbase last year and I was building my apps like from scratch, and the relationships sometimes will take a bit longer, but now they're coming like right off the bat, like it's included inside the feature. So as you can see,
Wow.
it's there and it's working, and it's my favorite part, honestly. And sometimes I do get drifted away and start logging stuff inside spreadsheets. And then usually it's when I have to share it with somebody else, I realize that I need to move this to Quickbase, and I just do what I show you, and it's just really fast. But that's my experience. I'm really open to listening to your feedback and your impressions. This feedback is really imperative to the capacities that we build upon, and it's really important for me to listen to the challenges that you may have had or the ideas that come across your mind. This is what this session is all about.
Awesome.
Esther, I think I did my fair share, but if you want me to highlight something from this whole set of information that I presented, I'm open to.
Yeah, before we do that, any questions from the audience first, or any before we jump into the next section here?
This was a much faster demo than I was expecting. This was very quick. I'm excited.
And to back this by data, actually this import takes longer than the average import that they see from the data analytics.
This is going from spreadsheet to app in the fastest I've seen so far. This is great, but I'm gonna take a step back and let everybody else chime in.
Looks like there's a question from Wes in the chat. What assurance do we have that the data is secure when an agent is between the user and the solution?
We never train AI on customer data. Like maybe it's maybe we've already had these security sessions, but AI is never trained on the data. Like we use reliable third-party providers who don't look at the data.
So the agent is on Quickbase Prem.
Maybe I can be
Quickbase-
more precise offline, but generally we have very strict security and legal policies that everybody's data is pretty much untouched by AI training.
Was someone unmuted? I thought I accidentally cut someone off. Who was that? I thought I heard a voice. Was that you, Tammy?
Was not me.
Oh, okay. I don't know if anyone had a question. I apologize if I cut you off. So feel free to go ahead and post it in the chat. If not, I'll give you a couple more seconds if you want to speak up. If not, that's totally fine. Is there anything, any other best practices or items that you'd like to show before we get into the Menti, Georgi?
Generally, I mentioned like in this couple of slides, like if we follow this, especially these first two slides, we're generally good to go. I have seen that. I mean, data migration as a topic is huge, and earlier in my career, I was a very heavy Salesforce user. And data migration will take on forever because it usually involves a lot of prep to move between one platform and the other. Here I'll make a quick sneak peek, but we are working towards an implementation where even these steps are being automatically taken care of, especially these first two. So it should take between 1 and maybe a couple of minutes of prep, but this ensures that your import is becoming progressively more successful. If you just like take care of this couple of elements.
Wow.
It should be very easy. Like we are stepping away from this like heavy prep. Especially previously, I've also been an WordPress user, and import and export inside WordPress it just takes forever. Like it's a very famous CMS. Maybe somebody else has experience, but like this migration tool, if we call AI Spreadsheet Import the migration tool, it's very easy. But my goal is to make it even easier. Like these are the considerations that we should have using the feature now. But fortunately, for the past, I think 16 months, we've seen LLMs becoming progressively more reliable. So maybe if we have the same demo several months from now, maybe I will be able to tell you that some of those steps are now taken care of by the LLM. But that's something that we're still exploring.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we would love to have you back so you can show us the next iteration of this. That'd be amazing. Awesome. So, okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up the Menti. Hold on a second. I don't see it. Hold on. I thought I had it here. I guess here I'll just show my screen if you'd like. While we're pulling this up here, it's mentimeter.com 765828. Oh, excuse me, 2825. And I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen once again. I don't know why it's not pulling it up. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, and hopefully you could see my screen. I'm going to go ahead and present and go back to the first question here. Which capability would most improve AI Spreadsheet Import tool for you? We've got 3 out of 14 answers, so we want to see if we can get a couple more. Interactivity, haven't tried yet. Right now it doesn't seem faster than importing it. Oh, that's interesting. Do you have any feedback on that, Yorgi?
I'm not sure I really properly understand the last bit. Do we compare this import with the legacy import?
Yeah,
Or
I think so. I think that's what they're thinking.
okay. Legacy import is it's very stable, but it's a different type of import. So it's generally you need to import one big CSV and then cut it inside tables, and it generally takes a bit more of Quickbase skills to make an app out of a spreadsheet. Whereas for AI Spreadsheet Import, we really wanted to pretty much move the tabs from the spreadsheet into data inside tables inside Quickbase. So in that sense, I personally feel it's faster. But maybe this comment has some different elements to it that I'm not able to grasp.
Makes sense. And if there are some nuances that you found in the experience, do let us know. Go ahead and post it in the chat. We are using the chat as a place to gather feedback as well. So if you're feeling that there's not much of a difference or there's still complexity to your spreadsheets that's making the AI spreadsheet tool not as usable for you, let us know. That's why we're asking this question, so thank you for that. Another one is relationship building. Are you finding that relationship building is a lot easier with the AI spreadsheet import, or looks like people are going back and having to refine their relationships? Is that a common?
So, when you're working with an AI, it's non-deterministic, and sometimes some relationships might be a bit imperfect. But generally, I've seen that, especially in these more complex scenarios, it's stable. It hasn't had any major hiccups. But if somebody believes that we could have made a relationship better, I'm very open to catching up offline and to investigating the precise case, because there are many different varieties of spreadsheets, and I'm always happy to learn more about how a spreadsheet may look like and what expectations we may have for the relationships. It's something that I'm very invested in, and it's so when we were building this feature, we knew that it's always going to be the progress will never stop pretty much. Like we have always we're always able to listen to feedback and build on top, because there are big varieties of spreadsheets that can come our way. And this is how I understand the favored feedback, that in most cases it's nice, sometimes it needs a bit more attention, and this is exactly the cases where I would want to learn more.
Great. All right, let's go to the next question here. Oop, what? Oh, what's going back? Sorry about that. Maybe I did it backwards. Oh, I did. Okay, my bad. Sorry. All right, here we go. Let me just make sure. Okay, here, when was the last time you personally imported a spreadsheet into Quickbase? So we've got people have done it this week, 4 weeks, 2+ months ago. Okay, good to know. And we got a lot of people answering that question. All right, the next one, what's the biggest pain when importing spreadsheets into Quickbase today? I got some good responses. I don't know if you can see. If I scroll down, I wonder if I could see the bottom. Okay, here we go. Wow, this is really good. Anything from this list that really makes you interested in talking about it?
If I understand correctly, these are pain points related to the legacy import.
I would agree. I think this is many different ways of saying matching fields to columns.
Yeah, this is a hard one. This is what I was referring in the data migration world, headaches. It's always difficult.
Yeah.
that's why it was my goal to have this, like, you have a column and it just moves inside Quickbase. You don't need to like look like this like connection meme that is circling the web, like with this person with the thread in the back, you know, like it should be really smooth.
All right. Next question. What outcome matters the most for AI assisted import?
I see this recurring piece of feedback about the interactivity, and I really want to sneak peek into the topic of interactivity and generally app building, since I've been mostly busy with app building inside Quickbase since Enjoyed. So we are looking for ways to improve this. And as I mentioned earlier, as the LLMs get more reliable, I think that in the months to come, we will have some big progress in that direction. And if somebody has any precise ideas or precise frustrations, I'll leave my contact information and I'll be happy to jump on a call and listen to exactly the type of malleability and interactivity that you would expect from these features.
Great. Yeah, this is really great feedback. Thank you for sharing that. All right, and this is the last one that we just talked about, but I'm glad we got more answers there as well. So my apologies for going backwards, but maybe that was a good thing. Who knows? Let's see here. So that other one, match on fields, that isn't quite unique. I don't know what that means.
So I think this is when we use an alternate, you're not using the key to match fields, but you can match data via other attributes. So, but I don't think that's a capability yet, is it, Georgi?
I'm not 100% sure that we have this right now.
Being able to import into existing apps as a new table, not just starting a new app from scratch. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
This
Yeah.
is an important one. So we started this feature with the idea to build an infrastructure to generally be able to import and make it stable and fast. And now that we are wrapping up the scope of importing like stably and quickly inside Quickbase, it's on our radar to move to this next step to start importing and investigate how we'll be able to import into existing apps. And I'm already in contact with some of our customers who are like sharing some use cases. I know that some of you do have these spreadsheets which are generated on a regular basis and you need to import into existing apps. And I would understand that generating a new app anytime is not very convenient for all of you. So this is something that's definitely on our radar.
To take that a little bit further, could these learning models and the AI tech perhaps be used to enhance these problems we have with the native importer when we're not creating an app, but just importing data? Like make the field matching easier, in other
Yep.
words.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It seems to be a very reoccurring theme, and I was one of those that put on there.
Great feedback here. Tammy wrote something. There are times when we want to merge emails, which isn't always unique, but maybe active, or maybe we want data on all rows that contain email. Interesting.
Right. I think that's in the same vein as using not the key. So like if you wanted to match things with, it's not the record key, but want everything that's related to this user's email or to this record's whatever. But I think, please correct me if I've misunderstood, but this is on their radar, but is not something that's incorporated yet. Is that right, Georgi?
Yep.
All right, great. Thank you for explaining that. And we are done with the Menti. I'll share those results over to the product team after a meeting. So thank you everybody there. While we're waiting, I guess Jurgi, is there anything? I know you just mentioned kind of a preview of some things that you're looking to add. What are some other things you can share with the group about what you're looking for the next iteration of this tool?
So we really want to make sure that we have a very good coverage of the spreadsheets that we take care of, but we really want to make sure that we always expand that, because I understand that sometimes the cases and the professional processes that we manage inside the spreadsheets are not so trivial. And taking care of those processes takes a good portion of our R&D efforts. But this is very important for our customers to make this supportive in different moments of their professional, how shall I say, like professional hurdles sometimes. We really want to make it easy for them. Generally, as I mentioned, we'll be exploring ways to have more interactive situations with the data and with the way that we build. That's not necessarily related only to this feature, but in the general sphere of app building and information import inside Quickbase in general. I'm paying a lot of attention to where users tell me they struggle, and I'm really happy to see repeatability of these pain points, because this means that they are actually really big pain points, since more than one person is talking about them. Yeah, I just believe that it will be able for us to better support you in your importing journey inside Quickbase if we have this type of exchanges of feedback on this regular basis.
Great. Amazing. I was just trying to pull the list of everyone who joined us today so we could run the raffle, but for some reason, and I'll have to talk to Zoom, I can't get that list. I can only see one person, but and maybe it's because the meeting
I'm a
is still
winner.
going.
Yes. Thank you. I have
Yeah.
never won anything in my whole life. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I want to pull it, but for some reason it's not working, but that's okay. I do want to get folks, attending to be part of to be a winner. So Tammy, your time will come. I know it. There's always many opportunities. All right. So yeah, I think that's all. I guess if there's any other questions or feedback for Yorgi, I'd love to give it back to the audience. Looks like there's more feedback here from Rama. Thinking outside of the box here on the interactivity topic, it would be really cool if you could create an ERD in the tool or Lucid and apply the relationship model to the spreadsheet import, or give it a lot more information on how to architect the app.
We do have a Lucid chart import feature that does already exist. So if you have a Lucid chart, you can definitely import that into Quickbase.
I
I
was
understood
thinking sort
going
of
from
of-
AI to Lucid and then working with Lucid and then importing, something like that.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of just a combo of those two technologies, like giving the AI a relationship model to refine its model that it's putting to the data, or give more interactivities. You can say, here's the model I want to go to, then give it the data, interact with it prior to it creating the app. It's just sort of thinking futuristic.
Yeah, I would use that. That's awesome.
That's very interesting. That's an interesting idea.
That's a V3 idea. Bum, bum, bum.
So, Yorgi, thank you for dropping your contact info in the chat. So if folks want to reach out and offer some more ideas, solutions, or feedback on your experience using the AI spreadsheet tool, he's got a open door, so to speak, virtual open door through email. Yeah, so for some reason, I apologize. I don't think I'm going to run the raffle today, but that's okay. What I'll do even better is give your time back. So you have 25 minutes before your next meeting. And so I want to thank everybody for joining today, for sharing feedback, for taking the Menti. All of this information is really amazing. Yorgi, thank you so much for sharing, showing your passion and enthusiasm for making life easier for our customers. That's what we love to see, and I can't wait to get more iterations of this going. I think it's going to be amazing. So looking forward to everything. Tomorrow, we are going to do grid reports with Alice Rich. Same time tomorrow and the same link as well. So I hope to see you all at the next meeting. Tomorrow, she'll be focusing more on answering a lot of the Empower Pro questions. There were over 75 of them that were not answered. So she's got them on her list to make sure to address as much as possible. It's not going to be necessarily a deep dive. We'll get resources available for those. So if you'd like to hear more about grid reports and everything, do please come back tomorrow. We will be here and looking forward to having you all again. All right, so have a great rest of your day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.